All right. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back. I'm the Missing Sock, and welcome back for more Grand Theft Auto Online laid back grinding. Yeah, we haven't done this in a while, so a new laid back grinding. Don't mind if I do drink some rum. I haven't had any of this bottle in a while. Black label bottle. Here's to you guys. Woo. Yeah, goes down good. All right. And in the office, the messy, money-covered office. I've got so much cash around here. It's funny that they don't give you the option to clean it up. Yeah. Could stuff it underneath some more cushions here somewhere. I've got cases of money all over the place. Over here and on the desk and all over the place. So yeah, welcome back for our next laid back grinding episode, everybody. I think today is the last day of double money for our biker sales. So by the time you guys are watching this, there's already a new event week, and I don't know what that is yet at the time I'm making this. But yeah, hopefully we'll end the week good, Betty, by doing these double money biker missions before it's too late. So I think it ends in a couple hours for me, so I wanted to get these done before it's too late. Hey, Benny.
Hi there. What do you need?
Let's see. Well, let's get a vehicle.
How do you
Ready?
choose between your children?
Maybe I'll just get my Brezza out. We'll do that.
They're bringing your personal vehicle around right now.
Perfect. Thanks, Benny. All right, got my coffee ready. I'm gonna have some right now. All right, so we'll go through a bunch of stuff, make some more money, because I got to spend some more, and we could always use more. I still got plenty at the moment, though.
Hey, it's LJT.
Oh, I didn't know. Never fails. LJT calls all the time. And he's always got usually bad timing, you know? Like, I don't know about you guys, but like quite often, you know, I'll be flying around in my jet fighter and then, you know, you sense the combat's about to start, you know? You turn for the fight and you go in and all of a sudden LJT calls. He's got a knack for that. I think he's caused a zillion aircraft to crash and all kinds of stuff. He's just, he has bad timing. We should just be able to block his calls. All right, so yes, biker sale. So we got lots to do. We've got CEO stuff to do and all kinds of things. But like I said, we should start with the biker businesses. Usually I'd do a warm-up, but I was on here earlier helping somebody do some sales. And I didn't get any single truck missions, so maybe that'll increase our odds of getting a nice, easy single truck mission right now. That'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. But yeah, usually I do a little warm-up, guys. So for those of you who are new, usually these laid-back grinding episodes are also my unofficial how I make my money episodes. So a lot of people ask all the time, how do you make all your money? You know, let me bring up my money. There we go. So I've got currently 4.6 million in cash and 153 million 0.8 in the bank. Yeah, and I've also got like 12 million in chips too. So yeah, but it's all legit. No cheater money, no nothing like that. It's all just grinding money. And it's not as hard as it sounds as long as you plan it out and invest and spend some time. It does help to find some things to grind that you don't mind doing, of course. Some people like doing everything. Some people prefer certain jobs more than others. And sometimes it's a little bit of mix. I'd say I'm a mix. I have everything out there except for the new things that we're going to get into, the arcade and stuff like that. But I have all the businesses and things like that, and in many ways, it's mood-based for me. You know, sometimes I'm in the mood for crates, and I'll run CEO crate missions for a while. And sometimes I'm in the mood for CEO cars, and I'll run those as often as I can. And sometimes I'm in the mood for the VIP missions, and I run those as often as I can. And sometimes I prefer the MC businesses like this and other things like that. So sometimes it all depends on what I'm in the mood for, what kind of missions I'm bored of, and what kind of missions I feel like doing. Yeah. So I am all by myself. That's kind of nice. Good. Good. So let's see. Let's start it up. Don't want to be raided, so we should start it up quickly. Don't need any supplies. I could resupply them anyway while I'm here. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's sell stock. I usually buy supplies, as you guys can tell. You can run the resupply missions, but some people think they're not worth it. If you have biker friends with you, it's usually worth it, and that saves you a lot of money. But I generally go the lazy way because I have so many businesses out there. I just buy supplies all the time. And then I get my money back and a little bit of profit. Doesn't make you as much, but it's easier and makes it easier for me to go around to all the businesses, you know, in a quicker fashion. So there we go, 840,000, because it's double money at the end of this week. So hopefully that'll come back again. They usually do double money events quite often for the biker businesses. So 840,000, let's do that. Yeah, and it's actually a little bit more than double money too. helicopter.
We selling?
We are.
Okay. The buyer wants an airdrop. The product's loaded and waiting at the helipad.
I still say the buyer should get it anyway that we decide to sell it, unless they don't want it. But I guess we'll do it their way. Helicopters isn't too bad, right? I don't think so. Adjust my microphone. There. Yeah, that's better. All right. So yeah, I was saying a little bit more than double money. So a lot of times when they do these double money events, even for some of the CEO businesses, a lot of them have costs. And like I was just talking about the supplies, $75,000 to fill up the supplies in the MC businesses. When it's double money, you pay the same amount for supplies, but you get double the cash out. So in a sense, it's saving me the money. Like I don't have to spend double money on supplies. So it's actually making you extra than the regular double money that it appears to be. All right, let's get this first helicopter out of the way with. So the MC cells, like we've said before in the past, we can do these all solo, except for the evil post-op mission. Post-op trucks, the evil mail trucks, they are so slow and cannot be done by a single player in time. Reliably, anyway. Usually, it's pretty hard pressed. Some people claim to have done it, but I've never really seen anybody actually do it. So let's hit that one. We're going to do a flight path. Hit these in a row and go up here. That's what I'm thinking. Let's get going. Into the sky. So yeah, so some of these double money events are actually a little bit extra, more than double money. Same thing with like the CEO crate missions. I think a week or two ago they had double money on the crate missions. And when you get the double payout, it's usually 2.2 million on the big, large warehouses when you sell those. And it's 4.4 million when it's double money. But actually, you actually make more money. Normally, when you fill up the large crate warehouse, it takes 111 crates, and that, assuming you buy them 3 crates at a time, it costs you $18,000, I think, each time. So it costs something like $666,000 to fill up a large crate warehouse, and then you'd sell it for 2.2 million. But when it's double money for 4.4 million, it actually doesn't cost you another $660,000 in crates. It only costs you the single $660,000. So you actually make $660,000 extra. Hopefully that's not too many numbers for you guys. It'd be a little confusing. But yeah, I was just thinking about that off and on lately, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before, but a lot of these double money events are actually better than double money, just slightly, depending on the business, because they don't charge you the cost twice. Oddly enough, you'd think that that would be the same all the time, right? And we've said before that Rockstar doesn't seem to like consistency. They seem to love being inconsistent. And the CEO cars, when the double money happens for them, or the extra 50% that they sometimes do, they have extra cost for setup. So they have an extra supply cost, I guess you could say, but it's the cost of getting the car ready. So weirdly enough, there's a business that charges you extra, and all the others don't. I don't know. No consistency. They don't like to be the same. So anytime you think you know businesses and you jump into another new kind of thing, you know, from Rockstar, you always you can't trust that what you know from the past is going to work the same in the new thing. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. These payouts are a little different too. For those people that don't know, the MC business payouts, like we're doing right now, the cell missions, if something goes wrong, if somebody attacked me, or if I crashed my helicopter or whatever, you still get paid for any deliveries you still have made. Now guys, just so you guys know, at this point I'm going to tell you, a lot of times it's better to quit and not finish the cell mission if things go wrong. It'll charge you a small penalty, but it's a lot better than losing a lot of product. So if things go wrong, it's usually better to quit or change sessions, which is quitting basically, than it is to complete it. Okay, so that aside though, let's say you don't want to quit. Maybe you want to, get the guy back, and you don't want to quit, you want to go kill the guy or something. But anyway, it'll pay you for any drop-offs you've done. So that's kind of good. And any lost are gone. Now in the CEO crate missions, like we've talked about in the past, when you do those cell missions, you have to complete all of them, or else you don't get paid. So if you complete 9 out of 10 drops and then you crash the plane, you lose everything, which is completely ridiculous. And I have no idea why Rockstar would pick such a dumb way of doing it. We've talked about that in the past, how terribly uncriminal-like and how unbusiness-like that is. And again, no consistency was the theme I was saying. Yeah, one business to another, it's even the payouts can be different, the way that they work. So right now we're going all the way up the mountain. Still alone? Yeah. Alright, all the way up the mountain. Then we got one more drop on this helicopter, and then we gotta get back for another one. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are all keeping well, staying safe out there in the world. Ooh, looks like maybe sun's rising soon. Yep, 5 in the morning. In-game time. See over there? Yeah. Alright. And the drop. And now we're going to drop the helicopter way over here on the other side of the mountain. And while I'm falling down here to save us time, I'm going to go over here on my interactive menu and bring up, let's see, probably my Pyro. It's still the fastest vehicle to get you across the map, so we're going to grab that. Where is it? Pyro. There. Not as smooth as I am sometimes. I was going to say as I used to be, but it comes and goes. Smoothness, I guess. But sometimes, without stopping, I can just, summon it and keep going. So I can take this helicopter and fly back to get the next one. All the drops are done. Came in a little fast. But sometimes you're better off to hop out and get into a better vehicle. If you know where an aircraft can spawn, if you're, calling in Pegasus at the helicopter bays or aircraft or helicopter airports, I should say. Or if you've got a hangar, which I definitely recommend, you can have your personal aircraft, like my Pyro here. Some fireworks for you. Flares. Up, up, and away. Woohoo. Alright, so now we're en route back to the airport for helicopter number 2. So when you're selling solo, like we've talked about before, the trip back for the other vehicles is part of the sell mission. So the faster you can do it, the better. So aircraft is definitely recommended. Faster aircraft is even more recommended. Yeah. And the Oppressor Mark II is great. It's a great grinding tool. But like we've said before, it's not as fast as people think. If you have to go across the map, or even halfway across the map, you might be better off switching from something else to something else faster than the Oppressor. Believe it or not, the Oppressor is roughly around the same speed as the Buzzard. Believe it or not. Now it can seem faster because it has like almost no takeoff time, so you just hop on and you go. And it turns on a dime, it stops, so it feels much faster than the Buzzard. And it is faster than the Buzzard because people have to hop into the Buzzard, close the door, start the engine, whereas the person on the Oppressor is going to be already gone. But if they're already in the air, they're around the same speed, believe it or not. So with that in mind, you might be better off, if you can afford it, to buy something like the Pyro, if you haven't already, and get that instead. For those long trips across the map. And save a few seconds here and there that adds up, hopefully, to beating the clock. Or just getting it done sooner. Let's take this one. Oh yeah, and I usually put away my vehicle. Just to avoid any confusion. Sometimes it'll bug you about that. You already have a vehicle out. So I try to remember to put it away before I leave. Alright, we did not look at the map, but that's okay. Let's get in the air. One nice thing about helicopters is you don't really have to worry about them crashing. Although it's a good thing to make sure you got a little altitude and, clear of any kind of obstacles before you switch to your map for a moment. Let's see, where are we going? So there's 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's go here and do a circle. Half circle around there. Away we go. Alright. So yeah, we'll be doing some more new videos too, guys. We'll get into the casino missions, we'll get into the Gerald missions, a whole bunch of the missions I've missed in the past and ones that have just come out. I wanted to get some of the other vehicles too. I've got a couple of older vehicles that I wanted to get into, and a bunch of new vehicles, obviously. Yeah, a bunch of the new muscle cars, a bunch of the new supercars. Yeah. And I got a feel on Rockstar probably have some more new stuff coming out very soon. They've the Casino Heist DLC has now stopped, and that's the latest one. And they brought out everything for it a little while ago. It's hard to say when the next DLC will come out, but they usually don't keep us waiting too long for new stuff. Now, that said, the next, sometimes when they bring out new stuff in the past, sometimes it's just a new car, here and there. Not really necessarily attached to DLC. But still, that's always nice too. We'll have to see. But Rockstar, from what we've heard from leaks and rumors and ex-employees and stuff, and it makes sense. If I was working there, I'd probably want something similar. But they usually are working on DLCs, right? Like downloadable content, new packs and new things, right? But separate to that, but with that, they're usually working on cars, vehicles. And you'll notice that a lot of DLCs just have, almost random vehicles thrown in there. A pickup truck, a new sports car, a new thing, and it doesn't necessarily go with the DLC, right? But they usually have a bunch of these cars. And apparently people think that a lot of it's for rainy days, if the DLC has a bunch of bugs, what do? Instead, they give you some new cars here and there until the DLC's been fixed, It gives them an ace up their sleeve, I guess you could say. So, I'd probably do something similar too, if I was making a game like this. It just kind of makes sense to always have some in reserve getting ready all the time, right? So, some people think sometimes when they release a car, that car was actually made, a year and a half ago before they actually released it. Whether they waited for the right time, right weekend, or the right DLC to put it into. And like I said, that's separate than the DLC itself, in my opinion. That I'm sure they're working on it at the same time, but it's kind of two separate things, Whatever the theme of the DLC would be, I'm not sure what the themes would be. A lot of people are thinking Alien DLC, but they already gave us some Alien stuff. And there's those old posters. For those that don't know, there's all kinds of graffiti and posters and all kinds of stuff in the game, as many of you might know. But there's an old poster that's been in the game since 2013 when it launched, of course. And that means it would be even older than that. And on it, it shows an alien, and it says Los Santos 2020. So a lot of people assume there'd be an alien invasion. And right now, there's the whole purple or green and purple aliens going on right now. Purple and green gang. For some of you who may be wondering what's that all about, but yeah, that's why there's purple and green aliens all over. So it's kind of a mixed story. There was I think a funny video and a whole bunch of funny memes came out with it and a whole bunch of other stuff, jokes and whatnot related to it. But originally it was a video of a bunch of aliens going around causing trouble, green aliens. And people started following it, making their own stuff, and doing it in real life, like in the game, I guess you could say, in the game life, wearing green outfits, green alien outfits. And they'd go around being aliens and alien invasion, creating their own, I guess, and killing everybody. And the purple aliens came along. In many ways they were originally to fight the green aliens because people didn't like them. So, but now it's kind of deteriorated to they fight each other, but they'll sometimes fight anybody. And then some people say there's a third side, the alien hunters, that some people wear Men in Black outfits and the Space Ranger outfit to fight the aliens, regardless of what color they are. So it's kind of funny. So the players seemed to have made their own alien invasion content. All right, we are done. Now back to the airport for the next one. Right now I'm over the mountains. Don't really have a good spot to spawn in my aircraft right now. So I'm just going to keep this helicopter for the moment. Let's get over this mountain. There we go. Probably don't need to call in anything now, being that I'm this close, but, well, yeah, I'll call in something anyway. I was going to call in the pyro again, it's the fastest, but I'll call in my laser, it's new. I got it just a little while ago, so I'm still having fun with it. Let's quickly get in there and go. Mind you, this plane doesn't exactly have the fastest takeoff. Like, it goes fast, but see how long it takes for him to get inside? He's got to hit the button, he's got to hop in, he's got to get in, press the button. But once all that happens, you're into the sky pretty quickly. Alright. Let's go get that last helicopter. I'm going to have a little bit of coffee. Ball flying. There. Yeah. So, finishing that green and purple alien thing, Rockstar has shown again that they listen and they watch, you know, and they embraced it. So last week, or this week that you guys are on, they gave the alien and the green alien and green purple suits that I was talking about away for free. And they're under the Arena War outfits in any clothing store. So Rockstar seems to have responded by giving away those outfits for free. So that's kind of cool. Whether or not there will be any DLC, I don't know about that. But I will think, like, it related to the aliens, I should say. But I would think that they'd bring us out some more. There's a lot of things they could still do. You know, tuners, car upgrades, more muscle cars, more gang stuff if they wanted to. People have been waiting a long time for a police DLC. Yeah. Don't know if we'll ever see one, but people have been wanting that. Like a Dirty Cop DLC or something like that. Put away my aircraft. This time, let's have a look at the map. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and one over here. I hate when it's like that, because nice path, but then you always got to get this one that's over there out of the way. I think I might just fly straight up to the one I've marked on my GPS, little purple marker there. And fly left, west, to the other one off that I was talking about. And then fly back across the map for the other three. Maybe something like that. Instead of going up for all four, and then all the way back across the map for the last one anyway. I guess it probably works out to the same amount of time anyway, probably. In this particular case, the flight path doesn't really help us much. But yeah, if I didn't mention that earlier, or for those of you who didn't watch any of our earlier Laid Back Grindings episodes, there's a playlist on our channel, of course, for those that want to watch it. But the having a flight path, you know, just having a quick look on the map can save you a lot of time. Even when the game gives you a GPS, don't necessarily trust it. You know, like the post-op missions I was talking about earlier, the dreaded evil post-op missions. That's one of the things about that mission, is that it gives you a terrible GPS. So you got to really keep an eye on it, because it'll have you, the GPS will have you going back and forth over the same ground, back and forth. And a lot of times if you have the presence of mind to press pause, you know, you can have a look at those drops, and a lot of times you'll be able to see a better pattern, a way you can go around in a circle or a half circle and hit the drops faster, instead of going back and forth like the GPS will sometimes make you do. So, wasting time, basically. That's not good when you don't have enough of it on the post-op missions. Yeah, evil post-op missions cannot be done solo. But they can be done with 2 players. Rockstar seems to have improved them a little while back. You know, they used to be very hard to impossible with 2 players even. You pretty much needed 3 players. But they made it better. So suddenly, you know, a while back, people noticed that 2 players could safely get it done. But I warn you guys that it seems like, you know, it might be related to where your starting point is, and it might be related to the GPS route that you have, like I was just mentioning. But it seems like here and there's a harder route that takes longer. But a lot of times with 2 players, when I help out people, I'll finish the post-op mission with 8 minutes to spare, 6 minutes to spare. But every now and again, it's down to the wire, or we run out of time on the last drop. So it seems like there's a harder route than others. So watch out for that. With 2 players, sometimes it can still be difficult. So let's fly across to those other 3. We're probably going to fly all the way across. Yeah, I'll swoop down for that other one. Let's go over here. And then we'll go find another MC business. So there's 5 MC businesses, but I only run 4 of them. Most people are the same. There's nothing wrong with running the last one, and we'll talk about that, but there's better businesses and better things to do with your time. But the 5 businesses are the documents and forgery, and that's the cheapest one, and that's the one I generally don't run. So documents and forgery business, and then from there, in profit-wise, it goes up to the weed farm, I believe, and then the counterfeit cash, and then the meth lab, and then the cocaine lab. Cocaine lockup. Yeah, cocaine lockup. And that's what we're doing right now is a cocaine sale. That's the most profitable. Documents and forgeries does profit, especially when it's double money like it is now. I should have filled it up, but I didn't think about it, I guess. But anyway, normally I don't usually do it. It usually profits around 36,000, which is not very good. And now that's after you buy supplies. I buy supplies, so it pays out. I think 126,000 is the payout, but I buy supplies, so that only leaves me 36,000 in profit afterwards. When it's double money, it's more. Now that said, there's better things you can do for your time that way, unless it's a single truck mission. So I run those instead. But I guess I'm being careful because there's some people that like running that, and if you don't have all the other businesses in the way or all your other stuff's done, there's nothing wrong with running it, you know, why not? But I don't run it very often. Now you might wonder, well, why do I have it? Well, it's a good idea to have all these businesses for the nightclub. We'll get to the nightclub later when we eventually get to it. But all the nightclub sources from all these businesses. So just for the nightclub alone, it's worth it to buy that property when it's on sale, preferably when Rockstar does a sale. It's a good idea to buy it. Don't upgrade it because you don't need to if it's for the nightclub. If you're going to sell the business, yes. You know, if you're doing like we are now. But if you just want the nightclub to do better, you can just buy the documents and forgery and then your nightclub could source it. So there we go. 840,000. Woohoo. That's always nice. Wish it should be like that all the time if you ask me. Right? Right. I think so. Let's go in there. Cool, I guess. And I'm going to disband my MC and quit it. My Kula should show up right in front of us soon. I think. Maybe. Yep. So on my menu there, if you guys missed it, I just kind of called in my aircraft. Just because I don't feel like flying this unarmed buzzard anymore. It's done. So let's take our stealth Akula here. Yeah, so the MC businesses can be raided when they're over half full. Actually, that said, I've been raided all the time, anytime, no matter how little or how much I've got in there. It's supposed to not be raided when it's under half full. You know, that's what people say. That's what the information says when you look it up. That's what people seem to think. I've been raided, you know, it is less when it's under half. You know, definitely, you know, it seems less often. But that said, I've been raided with just a single block of product in there. Yeah. So it seems a little bugged, I guess. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But they drive me nuts. I hate the biker raids. Because they're an annoying mission. They don't pay you anything. They're just an distraction. They take chances with your product being lost. It's just annoying to me. So I avoid them. So basically, what I was trying to say was when you're done your mission, it's a good idea, if you're not with your friends or anything like that, to just quit your MC and then fly back to the next one. When you're not in your motorcycle club, you can't be raided. Same thing for the CO businesses. Some CO businesses can be raided. When you're not in that business, you can't be raided. So if you're not doing anything in that moment, it's a good idea to just quit and be a regular player for a little while until you get to the next business. And then rejoin your business all over again. There's the weed farm. It's right down there. We could do that first. Sometimes I go in order of profit. You know, which one's the most valuable is probably the best one to start with. But we are right here by the weed farm, aren't we? So, why not, right? Why fly further? Let's just do this one right now. Alright, the weed farm. Located, conveniently, right underneath Blarney's World of Awesome. See the sign up there? Blarney's World of Awesome. I'm pretty sure that we supply them. In we go. Have some coffee. All right. So yeah, back up to 154.6 million. Good. Yeah, how much money do you need? Well, you don't need as much money as I'm carrying around these days, that's for sure. Although some people wonder, how much should I have? Well, it's up to you guys, you know, to figure it out. But I'd recommend, you know, if you're making good money and you don't mind grinding more, you might want to think of 10, 20 million as zero, you know. That way you've always got that little bit extra for when Rockstar brings out a new DLC. And hopefully you can just jump right in. Usually 10, 20 million is all you really need to jump in. Some people will tell you if you want to be sure, have 30 million or more. But I don't think that's really necessary. You know, a lot of times you don't need to buy everything right away, right? Sometimes you should be careful about buying everything right away, because sometimes Rockstar can mislead you about what's needed and what's not. All right, so let's start it up and sell our weed here. Yeah. Well, the double money's still on the go for me. Just at the end. So I've talked about that before, that I should get it going. I was just talking about raids. I cut myself off, but I was just talking about raids. Right now I just logged in and I just became part of my MC, and I could be raided right now. And I wanted to talk about that, guys, because a lot of people don't know that. It's a myth out there that some people think once you're inside a business, like I am right now, once you're at this screen, at a computer screen, you don't have to worry about being raided. This is false. You can definitely be raided in this screen. I have been raided. Now, you won't get raided in this business, so my weed farm won't be raided. But there's a chance my meth lab could get raided, or my counterfeit cache that's still waiting out there. They could be raided while I'm here. So what'll happen, what's happened to me in the past is I'll go to sell. So we're going to sell this 504,000. That's nice. Larger sales require. Hopefully we'll be okay. And you go to press confirm and it won't let you. It won't let you click anything. And that's how you know you got a raid waiting.
These drops are only accessible by seaplane.
Dodo seaplane.
Products loaded up and ready to go when you are.
I was hoping we'd get the single truck mission or the guy with the passenger mission. Yeah, the weed farm has a unique mission where you drive a passenger while you're both inebriated, stoned, and you've got to get the truck there without too much cop attention. Yeah. But it's a nice, easy mission once you get the hang of it. But I was hoping we'd get it, but not today. Looks like we got the Dodo seaplanes. So yeah, so back to that myth. Watch out for that, guys. You can be raided even on the computer screen, even inside another business, or inside a business. It's not for that business, but in another business you can be raided. So, because I, like you, some of you out there used to think I couldn't be raided, and then I discovered the hard way. You can be. Raids. They're so annoying. I tell you, they're so annoying. One of my least favorite missions. All right, so here we are, the Dodo seaplanes. So this one kind of takes a little bit of time, so we do want to get going, because we only got so much time as a sole player, half an hour. So I'm going to put away my vehicle. Let's have a look on the map. Where are we going today? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to hit this one first, and then we're going to go over here to the lake, then we're going to go over here, then we're going to go around. Let's go. So keep in mind, guys, as we're going along, that if you guys are doing this and you get good at it, you can even do it faster than you're seeing me do it. So I'm taking my time, laid back grinding, you know, we're talking away. A lot of times I'm showing you guys stuff, but I guess I'm just kind of pointing out that I can do this a little bit faster if I wanted to. Or, well, I guess the point is that you could do it a little bit faster if you wanted to. So all the times you're seeing, I would say, you could do a little bit better, maybe, than I am. Yeah. Not that I mind or anything, of course. It's excellent to talk to you. Yes, excellent. Awesome. Yes. So here we are flying along in our Dodo. So I'm going to get maximum altitude. There we go. So there's the warning alarm. We have to fly under that alarm, under that. But any buildings, we'll reset it. And it won't call the cops on you until a few moments. So you don't really have to worry about it. See, that building's going to reset it. Now it's warning me again. Then this building's going to reset it. And then this hill. So you can kind of fly along. You don't have to swoop up and down and take chances with crashing or anything like that. You know, just watch out for gaps that are too far. But right here is probably fine. See, we're going to probably become... Oh, here, I'll help it. There. So there it goes. But this hill up here is going to cancel it out. Now here's a spot that we might go a little far. Now I can always call Lester if the cops do come on us, or get called on us, get stars. Because you can't do the drops once the stars show up. But I try to avoid it because you can only use Lester once every 4 minutes or so, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, something like that. So I kind of try to keep it in reserve just in case you need it. Yeah, so other than the annoying buzzing, it's fairly easy once you get the hang of it. Just watch out for any poles like that, or, you know, low towers. Very dangerous. Let's have a look, make sure we're still alone, or who's in the session. Yeah. Oh. So let me guys know if you want to see some more public sessions too. I was going to do more of that in the future too. Show you guys some more public sessions. I do play a lot in public sessions here and there. Well, I guess when I say... This is a public session right now. When I say public session, I mean a session full of people. You know, sometimes when I'm looking for battle, you know, just looking for a fight, I don't usually attack people, like I've said before, so... But I find it's usually not very hard to find a fight. You know, it's not like you need to attack people. Usually you just find a busy session and fly around. And somebody will find you, so... Yeah. Of course, the last time I was doing my videos the other day and I had trouble finding anybody to fight me. But that's just the way of life, right? Whenever you're trying to find something, it's not there. But normally it wasn't a problem. Isn't a problem for me to find a fight when I want one. Well, yeah, I think I'm supposed to be going to the lake. Like I said, you guys could be a little faster than me. Maybe I shouldn't do that, because that'll probably get the cops calling on us. I was second guessing whether or not I should just continue where I was going or not. Yeah, it's okay. Let's just keep going. Momentarily distracted, that's okay. Sometimes on busy sessions, like I was just talking about, you might have to, you know, avoid people, go the long way around, things like that. Sometimes it's a good idea to keep an eye on where people are on the map. Some players will get you, but some players won't. But it's a good idea not to tempt them, you know. Not to fly your cute, unarmored, unweaponized, innocent butt right in front of their guns. It's not a good idea. Oh, I had the wheels down, didn't I? Hope that didn't affect my speed too much. Yeah. Beep, beep, beep. I know. I have a quick look. Yeah. So I'm kind of going that half circle I talked about with this flight path the opposite way, but that's okay. It'll still work out. Rome. Alright, so be careful around trees like this. Like I said, you don't need to swoop down there. Alright. Yeah, so this is not one of my favorite missions, the Dodo Seaplanes. It's always a little slow. This is where it's nice to have some teammates helping you. But that's okay. I don't mind it, I suppose, compared to the post-op mission, but it's a little slow. It's hard to do this one any faster than 25 minutes, give or take. So it's a long mission. But it's a very picturesque mission. You know, lots of nice sunsets, sunrises, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Roll. Yeah, very nice. Alright, last drop for this plane. Now, altitude does help you with speed because you're avoiding things and you're not going up and down and wasting energy, you know, from the inertia, I guess you could say. But also, yeah, I don't think we're high enough right now this time in this mission. But when you're higher than the Vinewood sign, you know, higher than I think it's 800 feet on your altimeter, then your plane will actually go about 10% faster. So, for those of you that don't know that, most air vehicles will go a little bit faster when you're over 800 feet. Yeah. And I think that that's Rockstar trying to emulate real life. In real life, the higher up you get, the more altitude you get, the faster across the earth you go. But in the game world, that doesn't work because the game world's not real life. So I think to compensate for that, Rockstar's made it so when you go high up, over 800 feet, you get a 10% little bonus boost in your speed. So sometimes when you're flying a longer distance, it's a good idea to get some height and then go across. This is one thing I always found annoying about this mission, is to hear the buzzer. This plane is all done, all the drops are done, and you still have to fly low. You know, like, I have no product left, but I still have to fly low. Now, let's get the pyro, I think, again. I know from practice, in case you guys are wondering how I do this, for the aircraft, I just kind of practice and you just kind of know where they're going to spawn. You just do it over and over for a while, and you get used to it. Oh, this is fast. And lucky. There we go. That completely killed the engine. Perfect. I totally meant to do that. Yeah. Yeah, you can do some swimming, but try to make sure you hit when you hit, you hit on your skids or on your wheels. Not on other parts of the plane. That tends to explode. Alright, all the way back across again to the second Dodo seaplane. It would be so nice if I could pay a fee and I could do my own drops in this plane instead. Do the whole cell by Pyro. That would be great. If you go upside down, they shoot forward. It's fun. Don't know why they do that, but yeah. Upside down, your flares fire ahead of you. Normally, they fire behind you, like that. But some vehicles upside down, they'll fire in front. So I can, like, attack stuff with it. Take that. Surprise players down below by flaring at them. Yeah. Alright, so let's come in, get the second one. A little out of practice landing this thing lately, but hopefully we survive. So I'm going to kill my engine right here, flop my way down, and start the engine, and brake. Oh, that worked. I got caught on the curb there to stop me, but it worked. That'll do. That will do. Let's put that back. Now it's away. Let's get Dodo seaplane number 2. Engine start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's fly around the map again. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you guys might want to take it smoothly with this. I tend to be a little rough because, well, I got a lot of experience, I guess. So as you get good at things, you get lazy. You gotta watch out for that. Because you get good at it and then you just like throw yourself around. But then more accidents happen all over again because you're being careless. So I gotta be more careful. But you can fly this plane rather smoothly, but I've learned over time how to kind of abuse it for speed, I guess you could say. Once upon a time when I started doing these missions in the Dodo seaplane, I had to worry about stalling and hitting trees and all kinds of stuff. That's not my flare? That's not my flare. It's, sometimes it shows you drops for other planes, even though that's not my drop. So sometimes it can confuse you when you're not looking on your map. But that red flare over there is not for me right now. Must be for the other plane. And the water can be kind of funny. So that little buzzing is the altimeter alarm thing going off. There's a little bar on the map down below on the left. You'll see that little bar moving up and down. See, I'm going to go up, and now I passed the bar, and there's the alarm. And I'm going to go back down. There's the bar. See? So, but you'll notice as you fly across the map that some water doesn't count as ground. Sometimes it counts the ground underneath the water as the bottom, and sometimes it counts the water as the bottom. So it's kind of weird. When you fly over the lake, I think is what it is, the lake in the middle of the map over there, it seems to count the bottom of the lake as the ground level. So you have to fly quite low to the water. And it's interesting though that it sees the water as different, like different water is different ground. It's kind of weird, but your altimeter is tricked by it in different places. You would think the water would be all the same, but apparently it is not. At least not says the altimeter. So now we've got to fly all the way up to the north, and then around again, hit those last 4, and we'll be done. Yeah. Oh, I haven't spun the wheel at the casino too. I should maybe remember to do that too. It's a good idea to do that every day when you play. Spin the wheel at the casino. You never know. It's usually something lame, like RP, when you don't need it, or clothing. But, you know, sometimes it's money. Sometimes it's chips, which is money. Sometimes it's a car, which is even better. So, get over those trees. That's something I could tell you guys that some of you may not know, is that on the wheel at the casino, you can win the car, the podium wheel, right? And a lot of people know about the podium car. But you can actually win other cars through the mystery. So, there's one slot on the wheel that's a mystery, that's a little question mark. And on that particular thing, you can win all kinds of weird things, clothing and I think money, and you can also win resupplies for businesses and all kinds of stuff. But also, there's a list of cars you can win too that are in the game, like the Cheetah Classic, there's a bunch of them out there. But yeah, I've known this for a while, that you can win a car through it. Not the podium car, just those other cars, but they're good cars. But I've never known anybody to actually win one. And then the other day, I finally won one. I think a couple days ago, I won the Virgo Classic, yeah, which is one of the lowrider cars that you can break to pennies. So it's not the most expensive car. I think it's 160,000, 190,000, something like that. But still, you know, that's enough to be happy I won it. Yay, free car. I'll take it. And it's a car I don't have yet, so we'll have to maybe do an episode of that. I've got a few cars waiting now. Quite a few vehicles waiting that I have already bought. And then ones I want to buy. And we're missing a vehicle, too. Some people think it's the best, most powerful vehicle, overpowered vehicle in the game. I have severe doubts that that's true. But we'll see. I'll leave you guys wondering, what could that vehicle possibly be? But some of you might know. The greatest vehicle in the game? But the greatest vehicle in the game is one of those debates that goes on forever. But to some people, this vehicle I'm missing, which I'm going to fix, is the greatest vehicle in the game. We'll see. Yeah, so I'll give you guys something to look forward to. Yeah, because I have to spend some money. And I have to get an arcade, too. Spend some money. Yeah, I got too much money. All right. Is that all of them? I think it is. I think it is. All right. Okay. Where's the next aircraft? I gotta call in my vehicle, the Pyro, but I'm not sure if it would actually spawn anywhere around here. Down the shore it would be. Down near the lighthouse where we were before. I think I'm gonna head this way. Now I don't press the button too soon because it could spawn the aircraft behind me at another spot. I don't want that. I don't want to have to go waste time going back and forth. So I'm going to continue on forward to a spot where I know it will be. And right now it should be actually in front of me. I know that near these radar dishes, so I just pushed the button. But near these radar dishes coming up on the right there is a aircraft spawn point right here. So I'm going to start landing. Yay! And it appeared for us right there. Now just so you guys know, you can't always count on these spots if other players are around. Or if there's interference, like if there's a vehicle already here, you know, that somebody left behind or something, or like I'm leaving that vehicle right now. It can mess up the spawn, and it could send it to somewhere else. Usually it's somewhere close by, but not always. But I just wanted to let you guys know these aircraft spawn points are not 100% reliable. When you're on a cell mission, you can fly over the prison without having to worry about getting any stars. The mission seems to cancel that out, for the prison anyway. So you can fly right over it, without having to worry. Alright, back for the last plane. So like I said, unfortunately as a solo player with this mission, there's not a lot of time to spare. Although I have done this mission in the past with no, not using my Pyro here. Just used Buzzard, you know, the typical Buzzard that most people have. You can call into the Pegasus and stuff like that, so it can be done. It's just a whole lot easier when you have vehicles to make it faster and to make you worry about the timer even less. Yeah, there you go. Now it might seem kind of rough the way you guys see me do that, but I might have explained in the past, but maybe it's just the Pyro, but with this one I find it's kind of easier to just kill the engine at the last second before you're landing, and then restart it just before you touch, and then start braking. And it seems to stop faster. You know, if I let the engine stay on and I landed normally, it has to run down a little bit of a runway, I suppose you could say. But when I flop it like that, it seems to work faster. Or stop faster, I should say. And I can land it in smaller places on city streets and parking lots and things like that sometimes. Alright, so we're going to go up, get those two, and then across there. That's what I think I'm going to do. Let's go do it. Up, up, and away. Yeah, be careful playing with the cinematic camera. I love the cinematic camera, but it'll get you, so. I've got a lot of practice with it, but it'll still get me sometimes. But little tips for the cinematic camera, so I'm in cinematic. You can actually push forward on your directional pad on your controller. You can push forward like that, and it can actually keep looking ahead of you. Or press a different direction, you'll get one of these artsy views. So that's one way in cinematic you can control it a little bit, but some people don't know. So it's usually your look around control, whatever you use to look around. You can go in here and then push that forward, and I keep looking forward. Or artsy, or forward, or artsy, or forward. Yeah, which helps sometimes. There you go. And there's that drop. That was for the last plane after all, like we said. Weed delivery. fly over the airbase. That's where my hangar is. Yep. I'm gonna have some coffee. Ah, much better. Alright. So the last few drops. And then we've got still 2 more businesses before we can get into the CEO stuff. But yeah, I wanted to get the double money while I could. Why not, right? That's what it's all about, after all, the money. Now, tomorrow, by probably the day that you guys are watching this on Thursday, it'll be a brand new event week. And who knows what will be double money, maybe nothing, but hopefully something. Sometimes they give us nothing. Those are always sad weeks. Sad, very sad. Yeah, let's go that way. Yeah. Big mountain in our way, but we'll get over it. But yeah, sometimes I think I should, sometimes you'd almost feel like waiting just to see what's double money tomorrow, because if I sell my nightclub tonight, it's just regular money. Maybe it'll be double money tomorrow. And if I've got some warehouses ready to go, crate warehouses and stuff like that. But I don't think they do double money on that again so soon. But you never know. But you can't really worry about that a lot of the times because you end up waiting for something that doesn't happen. Although sometimes, like it is right now, when it's a Wednesday night, you might want to think about waiting to see what the new event week starts on Thursday. In case you guys are wondering, it usually starts about 4 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Seems to be the time that Rockstar seems to do it. So, which I guess would mean that after the West Coast in North America, I guess after midnight in the West Coast, it would switch over to the new event week. So hopefully that'll help you guys for wherever you are in the world figure out your time zone and figure out what time that would be for you. Yeah. Or no, wait. No, it's midnight Pacific Standard Time. I said that wrong. It's a good thing I corrected myself. No, it's midnight Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, it's 4 a.m. for me because I'm in Eastern Standard Time. Yes. That's what it is. And it's approximation, just so you guys know. I say 4 a.m., but for me, it's happened as late as 5 a.m. It used to be 4:30 quite often, and then lately it seemed to be around 4 a.m. for me. So it seems to fluctuate a little bit, just so you guys know. Not sure why, but I'm not sure if it's maybe the bunch of servers and it rolls out. I'm not sure what it is, but it's not exactly at the exact same time necessarily, from what I can tell. Yeah. And yay! We sold the weed for all that money. 504,000. Alright. Now where are we? We are off the East Coast again. When I forgot to put my plane away. So I can't call in a new plane. See, I'll go to my vehicles. And I'll say, you already have an active personal vehicle. Or, that's okay, I can just call in this and then I can switch it around. Now I will call in a plane. Oh, that was
we
good
have
too.
a sale. Digital assets.
Thanks, OGT. I am going to quit the club before I get raided. That's why I held my breath for a moment when I answered the call, because you never know. I have been raided right at the end of a sale. I've had raids back to back to back, just so you guys know. Which is another thing I wish Rockstar would change. I think that after you've been raided, you shouldn't have to be worried about being raided again and again and again, It should have like a raid timer, in my opinion, where after you've been raided, you shouldn't have to worry about it for a little while. Another idea I always thought would be nice is if you could run a mission, like a mole hunting is what you could call it. Where you find all the moles, all the snitches in your business. And if you did this mission, you'd be free of raids for a day or for a week or something, That'd be nice. Something you could actively do to stop raids from happening. They are so annoying. Woohoo! Alright. Let's head back to the city. So we did our weed farm and we did our cocaine lockup. Oh, the casino's down below. I should do the double money while I can. Okay. Alright, so let's go over to the meth lab. Yeah. Which for me is just over here. Slow down a little bit. Kill my engine. And turn on my engine and brake. And like I said, I find that that's better. Maybe I should show you guys normally. You know, if I don't turn off the engine, then I'd roll all the way on the ground. And assuming I landed properly, I'd roll all the way over here. And it still stops okay. You know, like it doesn't take too far, but it's not nearly as good as it seems to me when I do that. That seems much shorter. And when you're trying to land, you know, like on a driveway, metaphorically speaking, it's handy to stop quicker instead of smashing into the building to your demise. All right, here we are back in the meth lab. Seems quiet. All right. Hey, nobody's coughing. That's a good sign, right? Yeah. All right, let's do the sale. So I've just loaded up. Looks like I've already got my bills today. See the 30,000 just came out? That's my bills for the day. So as soon as you log back in, it charges you your bills. Sometimes it's a good idea if you've been in a session for a while to not log back into your MC unless you got a reason to. Like if I have a reason, I'm going to do a sell mission. But if you're just doing it for the fun of it, you might want to start a new session or quit, because then you'll avoid those 30,000 bills. And the 10,000, 9,000 for your bunker too, actually, for that matter. Bills, 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 Rockstar. All right, let's resupply it while we're here. Sure, I don't mind. And we're going to sell 714,000. Sounds good to me. Our 94th sale, apparently. Just seen that go by. I didn't see what it said on the other businesses.
Okay, we're attempting some
No,
discretion here.
we are not attempting. You dog. All right, guys. Well, I'll bring you right back. I think I'm going to start a new session. Actually, I got to go get some water. Yeah. I'll be right back in just a moment. So I'm going to quit, guys, or start a new session. Like I said, that mission, the post-op mission, let me go back in so I can show you. The post-op mission cannot be done by yourself. It is a horrible mission. Horrible mission. And it should not be giving me this mission, just so you guys know. I say that, and we've talked about it before, because there are certain missions hidden in the MC missions that if I have other people with me, it can happen. So I know I said that funny, well, I'll explain. If I had another friend with me, I can get the backpack mission, where me and my friend will have a backpack on our back, and you can go sell the stuff, right? And that mission only shows up when you have more than one biker, more than one player. Now, why does this mission that you can't do all by yourself show up? Why does it not detect that I'm by myself and not give me this mission? So it detects that I'm by myself right now and does not give me the backpack mission. It also doesn't give me other missions too. So it has code in the game that detects if you're alone or if you have more bikers with you. So it leaves the question, why does Rockstar do this to us? Why do they leave this mission in that can't be done when you're by yourself, if they've done all this work with the other missions? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. You know, like they fixed it with all the others, but not this one. Why? The hated post-op mission. Anyway, I'm going to quit. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, why am I not doing it right away? Well, for some of you guys, I would recommend doing it right away. And sometimes people get away with not having a penalty, no cost to quitting. Now, just so you guys know, I've given up on that because it seems like Rockstar's improved the code. It seems like any time you quit, even if you unplug your internet, I seem to get the penalty no matter what. So it doesn't matter how long or how little I stand here, it still is going to penalty me when I quit. And it doesn't make any difference as long as nobody blows up my stuff or anything. So I'm going to quit and let them refill again and suffer the small penalty, and we'll sell it again. But in the meantime, we'll go sell the counterfeit cash first. So I'll see you guys back here in a moment.
How you doing? Listen,
All right. Think I can land in cinematic? I can do it. I can do it. Oh, it gave me an even better view. Yay. There we go. Alright. Welcome back, everybody. So, more laid back grinding. Alright, so I don't have to come back here, but, you know, you guys could go on to your next business. But I just thought for continuity, you know what I mean. For the continuous story, I thought I'd show you guys. So, we'll just go back in here and you guys can see that now they're back at work. So it's no longer quiet in here. They're now back to work as opposed to what they were when we first came here. And I've lost a half block of product. I think sometimes it's less than that. I don't know if it's just my imagination, if it has some variation, but I could have sworn I've seen less than that taken off me before. But anyway, that's about the average penalty is half a block, which is much better than, you know, if I had done that post-op mission, there was 3 trucks there. And generally speaking, you can only have time for about 2 of those trucks because they go so slow. So you would lose a third of your product. You would lose a full truck's worth, 1/3 of your product. So that would be more than a half block. So you're better off to just quit, take the penalty, than you are to not finish a full truck's worth of stuff. And that would be much more than the half block. So, just to recap that. Better off to quit that if you can't complete it. Now, if I had a second biker with me, I'd probably take the chance. But like I said earlier, there is certain routes that are longer than others, so watch out for that. Most of the time, you're okay with 2 bikers. But I'd say there's that 1 in 10 that seems to take longer. I don't know, something like that. I haven't been able to figure out what it is, but I think it's just longer routes, longer GPS. And maybe your starting point might make a difference too. So now we're flying across to my other business that's ready to go. Or the other MC business that's ready to go. Which is the counterfeiters. Now I could just run that other business, being it's double money, but maybe I'll give them time to finish up. While we're doing this anyway, if it lets us. We could always get another post-op mission right now. It's so terrible. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I've had multiple single truck missions in a row. That's always nice. And then sometimes I've had post-op truck missions after post-op truck missions after post-op truck missions. Oh, need some supplies after this, so I should resupply it right now. There we go. Now we're in our MC automatically when you go to these computers. Buy supplies, confirm, and sell 588,000. Wish it was like that all the time. This is for our counterfeit cash. Enter a truck.
It's sale day.
Trash
Okay.
truck.
We're
Alright, we're throwing this stuff out with the trash. Yep, we're delivering trash. Nobody will notice that. That's not suspicious. Let's go. All right. So heading out. The trash truck's not too bad once you get used to it. Some people don't like it. It's not as bad as the post-op truck missions. At least these trucks can go. You just have to watch so they don't get jammed in certain places. They've got a really long back bumper, and they can get stuck up against certain things, or on certain curbs, or on certain rocks, or things like that. So watch out for that. If they do, you can try to spin out, like burn out, and turn your tires. Maybe I'll show you at some point, but you might have seen me do it in the past. But when you burn out your tires in a hot rod, you can swerve back and forth, right? So you can do that in these trucks too, and that'll sometimes swerve you off of the rock or whatever it is that's got you hooked on it. But next to that, I'd really recommend buying the atomizer if you guys haven't already. So in the ammunition and the gun store, there's a pistol, I guess you could say, a handgun that is a alien weapon, the atomizer. And the atomizer, even though those alien weapons are expensive, the atomizer is worth it. So to me, the atomizer is a great grinder tool. You know, on top of it being a weapon, it's a grinder tool. So what it's good for is anytime your vehicles get stuck, like your cell vehicle, like this vehicle gets stuck, or your boat, if it's a cell mission with a boat, and your boat gets landlocked, you know, comes out of the water and gets stuck on a rock, or gets beached somehow, you can use the atomizer and blast it back into the water. Or at this truck, you can use the atomizer to blast it off of the rock, or out of, if it's wedged somewhere, you can knock it out of place. So the atomizer is incredibly useful for those bad situations when something goes wrong. Yep, so try to remember that. That's definitely a very useful tip when those moments happen. The atomizer will save the day. And the atomizer will not do too much damage to these cell vehicles. Very little, actually. I'm not sure if I've ever been able to... I've hit them many times, and I've never destroyed one or anything like that using the atomizer. The atomizer is kind of like an energy weapon. It doesn't really do a lot of damage. It just kind of sends things flying. You know, knocks things. Which is perfect for a vehicle that's stuck. So, don't forget to use that if you have it, and don't forget to buy one if you haven't already. If you run these kinds of cell missions. It's very handy. Or if you help out other people. It'll get that boat back in the water. It saved me that way, like, oh, I don't know, 5 times now, maybe, something like that. Yeah, sometimes you just get splashed right out, and you knock against, and you splash around, and before you know it, you're out of control. And then you're beached. And then it's usually game over, if not for the atomizer. I'm just going to cross right across here. I'm not really sure it saves me any time, though. This particular little house we're going to right now is always kind of an awkward drop. No matter if you come at it the way I was going to, or if you go the way it would have sent me, which is this way. Either way, it's kind of awkward and crashy. Okay, buddy. Alright. So I hit the button right at the right moment. Generally speaking, if you can time it right, you don't even have to stop. You can just kind of roll right through and drop it as you go. Now let's go this way. Whoa. I use the prison road here. Oh, see if I can see. I can't really see. Let's hope I'm on target. Oh, come on, you can do it. Lost a lot of speed. But we got it. Yeah. So, now I usually just go right across there and right through here. Like I said, rolling right on through. And then down here. Now sometimes you have to stop and back up though. But sometimes if you can just roll right on through. And press the button as you go through. Let's see on the map, we got the last 3 all in the sandy shores. Perfect. It's always nice when they're together. Coming through. Uh-oh, look out. Oh, we missed it. There we go. There's the garbage bag left behind. Keep going. Last drop. Let's call my Avenger. Why not? Press Avenger. And back it up. Alright, last drop. Press her Mark 2, why not? Like I said, over longer flights, the oppressor's not as fast as you might think. This is nice and fast, although it's very slow to get in the air, though. Go on, Avenger. Up, up and away. Come on, up. Let's go. Go on. You can do it. All right. Away we go. Back for truck number 2. some coffee. Perfect. Yep. Got my water, got my coffee. And got a mission that we can do. So like I said, we can do them all, but that evil post-op mission. Evil post-op trucks. Like I said, I wish that Rockstar would just get rid of that mission. Or at the very least, make it so it doesn't show up if you're solo. Yep. Alright. And the Avenger's kind of nice too. The Avenger is part of the Doomsday facility. So you need a Doomsday facility to be able to buy one of these, and they're expensive too. But I do like them on the cell missions. Sometimes I can whip it out. It's not my personal vehicle. It counts as something extra, so it's kind of like the MOC. So it doesn't. So I can have my car out at the same time, or another aircraft out at the same time. So sometimes I've said before how you got to swap vehicles, and it can be a bit of a pain. Sometimes having things like an Avenger can help, because it doesn't count as your personal vehicle. So it can be an in-between vehicle, between swapping from your car to this or that, or I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense. You know what I mean. But sometimes it's nice to have extra choices that aren't your personal vehicle so that you can get to your personal vehicle. Because otherwise it tells you you already have a personal vehicle out. Alright, that'll do, because we're not going to use it anymore. Now we're going to put it away. Services, Avenger, return to storage. It's a little slower. They put it in a new menu there, so it takes a couple extra clicks than it used to. Yeah, so that's all under services now. For your terabyte and everything. Which is better. Before that used to be 4 extra things. This list that I'm on right now used to be huge. So Rockstar's kind of shortened it. Which I guess is good. But some things take a couple extra clicks now. Going through. Look out. It's garbage delivery day. Come on. Looks like we're going to be hitting the highway. Woohoo! Yeah, you can't do that with a post-op truck. Not without somebody pushing you from behind. Which, by the way, is a good tip for those of you who run the post-op missions, you know, or you have some friends helping you. If you have an extra friend or somebody's done their route, you know, some of them take longer than others for different trucks. So if you have a friend done, or you're the friend that's done, it's a good idea to pick a good car with lots of torque, and or an electric car if you have one, and push the other post-op truck along. So you can actually push those trucks much faster than they would otherwise go if you have a friend helping you. So that's something that can actually save you a lot of time if you have somebody that helps you. Well, not a lot of time, but enough to maybe win the day on the post-op trucks. Anything that gets you going faster. Those trucks are so slow. So I've done these missions many times, as some of you guys might be able to tell. You kind of get habits and develop habits and shortcuts in your route, which is good. Saves time. You guys can follow some of mine if you see them, if you like them. I'm always looking for new shortcuts too. It's funny how you get used to certain shortcuts, and then you got to be careful that you don't get used to it so much that you don't see better ones. You know, sometimes you get so used to a shortcut that you don't realize there's another better one. Yeah. Earlier on, you seen me drive along the prison there with the first truck, and I was with a friend who was driving along there, and I was like, oh yeah, that is a slight bit faster. I usually go around the corner to the left, which was fast, I thought, but not as fast as using that prison road. So I might just do that from now on. But yeah, sometimes you can get stuck in habits, so it's good to try out new things every now and again and see if it's any better or not. And give the new thing a chance, because sometimes when it's a new thing it feels awkward. It doesn't feel as good, you know. But if you did it and it did all right, then chances are once you get good at it and get comfortable with it, you'll do even better. So yeah, that's how I decide if I found a better way or not. That and whether the clock says I'm going faster. Or whether I feel like it's going faster. I don't know, something like that. Whether I feel like I'm going faster. Yeah, that's it. If I feel like I'm going faster myself. Or if I feel like I'm going slow. Let's back it up. This is one of those ones you cannot roll through. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, speaking of shortcuts, I usually go down the road. Oh well. I'm doing this route slightly different than I usually do. On the map, there's a little spot right there just around the corner. I'd love to find a way around, but this truck won't climb those hills. And I don't know if I'd really want to take too many chances with a lot of these other spots. Because if it gets stuck, or if it takes too long to crawl your way up the hill, like there might be some spots where I could crawl my way, but really, really, really slowly, maybe. But it would probably be still faster to just drive around. So anyway, I wish there was a way to just go over that hill, was my point. I've been looking for a very long time for a way to just get around this. Oh, I should have used the all-wheel brake. Oh. Yeah, I'm a little rough today. Don't know why. But we're getting it done. Don't worry, everybody. We're getting it done. Me and you together. But yeah, some days you're you can stop on a dime and avoid things by inches, and then other days you feel like you're hitting everything. And you're always stopping at the wrong spot. Yeah. I don't know if I'm that bad today, but it does feel like that. Earlier on I was flying, like earlier in the day, yesterday I guess, and I crashed my plane like 3 times, and it's pretty rare that I crash my plane like that, but 3 times is pretty rare, even more. I don't know, just the fingers were not cooperating sometimes. I call it the groove, when you're in the groove or not. It's always nice when you're in the groove and you just dodge traffic with ease, and compared to those days where it feels like you're hitting every single car, and you can't help but hit them all. Because I think most players have those days. I know I do. Sometimes it feels like these AIs are out to get us, though, too. Where they're like, where they're swerving in front of you all the time. Alright, so back on the road. Heading this way to the west for the last drop for this truck. It's near a little plaza by an ammunition and a clothing store, if I remember right. Alright. Oh yeah, I gotta back it in. Excuse me. Garbage delivery. Couldn't be helped. There we go. Compressor Mark 2. Hopefully that guy's gonna let us be. Yeah. I don't know, he disappeared. He's gone. And away we go, back to the last truck. Yeah, Rockstar's always made improvements. A little while ago they made improvements with the camera, even on the Oppressor Mark II. See my Oppressor Mark II just flying along now. Once upon a time, when it first came out, some of you guys might remember, if you went into cinematic camera, it was very hard to watch it. It was really tiny, and it was always blazing by so fast that you couldn't see anything. Even now, it's like a little difficult, but just imagine this even faster and like a, I don't know, a closer zoom. So it's next to impossible to use your oppressor in cinematic, really. But they've made it much better now. I can use this. You know, I can push forward and fly along. Yeah. All right. More turbo. Where is it? Right there. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go on my menu and get rid of that. Return vehicle to storage just to put my press away instead of leaving it in the street. And away we go. The last truck. Take a little shortcut this way. And around through here. Coming through. Look out. Don't get in the way of this garbage truck. The Trash Master. Yeah, so yeah, I'll have more videos coming out. And I think I might just do some, I don't know what I'd call them. What do you call it? Opinion pieces? I don't know. I was going to talk about, what we could maybe hope for future DLCs and what things Rockstar could maybe do to make GTA 5 better. And, well, I suppose GTA 6, what to hope for that. Still lots of rumors and stuff for that, guys. I wouldn't worry too much about it for now. I think it's going to be a while still for GTA 6. There's just a lot of people that are hopeful. A lot of leaks and rumors that was hopeful. But I think it's still going to be a while. But Rockstar is going to have another title coming out soon. Now, a lot of people think it's going to be GTA 6. But a lot of people don't think so. You know, a lot of people think it's going to be Bully 2. It's been long thought to be Bully 2. But every now and again, when a new game is on the horizon, people start immediately hoping it's GTA. You know. But anyway, by all accounts, it seems to be Bully 2. It seems to be the reigning theory from those that aren't swayed by what they want. And there's another mystery game, too, that we don't know about, too. A game that Rockstar is working on that's a mystery. So they've talked about it, hinted at it here and there over the last couple of years. There's some thoughts on what it might be, but nobody really knows for sure. You know, one of those thoughts, just to throw out one of them for you guys, is that there was a game company that made a game called Agent, if I remember it, called Agent. And it was a game in development. And apparently it was a good game in development. Sounds like a James Bondy kind of agent title. But anyway, Rockstar bought it, apparently. And a lot of people thought that they were going to release it or convert it into something else. So it could be that. But that could be just, one-off. Rockstar is a busy company. They've got probably a few things on the go. So it's hard to say if that's connected in any way at all or not, right? But just to throw it there, it's long been rumored that they've said and hinted themselves that they're working on a new title. That's not part of existing franchises. So, I'm just mentioning that because that could be the next title we get. I'm just looking on the map to decide where we're going to go. Yeah, I'm going to use these shortcuts. So, for this one, I'm just going to ignore the GPS. Get back on the road. Speaking of bouncing, it just sends you flying off the road sometimes. There we go. It's always better when I just drive through and maintain my speed, but what can you do? At least it's not a post-op truck where this hill would be, deadly to the truck. Those post-op trucks go uphill slower than you can walk, than you can run. Your character, it's crazy slow. Horribly slow. Pretty sure this is how you're supposed to drive a garbage truck, isn't it? It's okay. It's taxpayer property. It's not mine. It's all right. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh, yes, that... yeah, so it's hard to say if it'll be GTA 6 or not. You know, there could be Bully 2. It could be this mystery game. And maybe it could be GTA 6. Who knows? Now, next to that, even with that said, guys, and I hate to be like the downer if some of you guys are taking it this way. I don't mean to be. I just like to... well, there's so many people that get so excited about the GTA 6, and it tends to get other people falsely excited, and it's always good when there's real hope, when there's real info, but a lot of times it's just people making nothing of small news, wishful thinking. You know, and the real stuff does leak out, in my opinion, but Rockstar takes 6 to 8 years, maybe even 10 years. We'll say 6 to 10 years to make a game. So during that time, all kinds of things are going to come out, but it doesn't mean that the game's going to come out in a year or 6 months or next, you know. But anyway, it could be coming on. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, so apparently rumor has it that they could be doing an exclusive for one of the next generation consoles. I think it was the PlayStation 5 that seems to be the reigning one. And they sometimes do that. Not exclusive, but, you know, it is what they call an exclusive, but most of the time it would be a 6-month exclusive or a year exclusive, you know, meaning that they'd be on there first, maybe even only 3 months. But either way, I'm just kind of explaining this to all you guys that we might, depending on what platform you're on, you might have to wait a little while for GTA 6, even after it does come out. And then, again, I hate to be the downer, but and then if the past is any indicator, I'm going to keep on going through, go to the next one. Rockstar has a tendency to not have the online ready. And I kind of like it, you know, how they do a good job. So, you know, I don't want them to rush it. We've seen in the past what happens when they didn't do a good job, you know, for those that seen it. When GTA Online first came out, it left a lot to be desired. It had a lot of failings. And it became awesome. And now there's Red Dead, for those that play it, and we're going to get back into that too. And they're online is growing, and they're probably going to have more stuff for that. And so eventually there'll be GTA 6, and I think there's a good chance there won't necessarily be GTA 6 online right away. And if there is, it probably won't be fully fleshed out at first. So, long story short, guys, I think that GTA 5 may be the main GTA online for a while. Yeah, possibly a few more years yet. Let's call in a vehicle. What do we call? Oh, I requested my personal vehicle by accident. Oh well. Presser it is. And we'll get ready to disband. I could have just returned it to storage too. So maybe I should take a moment to talk about that too, because some people don't know how to spawn in your vehicles. Some players, even veteran players, forget all the ways to spawn in vehicles. Some of these ways appeared throughout the game's development. Right, so the main way, the old-fashioned way, was calling your mechanic. Right, you'd call up, go to your contacts on your phone, call up mechanic. Johnny on the spot would deliver. Right, he used to actually once upon a time deliver it. You'd actually see him.
What you want?
I missed that. I never got to see it, but I missed that we couldn't experience that. It's too bad. Quickly they got rid of that, I guess, for memory's sake, for lag's sake, maybe issues, who knows. Anyway, so that's the main way that a lot of people still know. Now, next to that, for those of you who are new or need a reminder, don't forget about the other way: your interactive menu and vehicles, and then request personal vehicle. This is faster than calling your mechanic, so you should be using this all the time. Okay. The only reason you'd still use the mechanic is because sometimes you want to switch vehicles. So request personal vehicle only works for the last vehicle you had out. So right now, if I went off on the map and I used it again, it would give me my oppressor again. It would give me the last vehicle I had. So if you want to change that, if I wanted to get out my Hellfire or something else, my Karuna or something, then I would have to call my mechanic and get it changed. Let's head back to meth, our meth lab. So I just wanted to remind people about that. Next to that, there's the request personal aircraft. And in order to have this available, you need to have a hangar. And so I definitely recommend buying a hangar when you can. You might want to wait for a sale. in my opinion, the hangar pays for itself if you buy any of the vehicles that came with Smuggler's Run. So like the Hunter, which is the Apache helicopter, FH-1 Hunter. And there's a whole host of other vehicles too that you guys might want to look up. Lots of good vehicles like the Rogue. Many of these vehicles have discounts that you can get through running the Smuggler's Run, running the hangar business. So it doesn't matter if you never sell a crate, but you can get the hangar crates. And you don't ever need to sell them, although you should to make money. But you would just simply get those crates, it would get you the discounts, and a lot of those vehicles are a lot less. Now, the reason I'm talking about these discounts is because you need to have the hangar in order to buy those vehicles, because there's no Pegasus version. You need to have a hangar to park them in. And then next to that, you need the hangar. If you do it this way, the discounts alone will actually pay for the price of the hangar. The hangars really aren't that expensive, give or take just over $1 million, unless you get a whole lot of options for it. Oh, that's not my meth. That's my garage. Meth is over here. Yeah. Let's go see if we can not get the post-op mission this time. Be nice to get a single truck. No single trucks in a while now. Let's head inside. I'm gonna have some more coffee. Well, that's good enough. 3/4 of a, well, yeah, 3/4 of a block down there in the bottom right. It's maybe missing maybe 1/4 of the block now. So looks like they recovered a tiny bit more. Let's see if we can sell it before that double money ends. Sell stock, 678. I'll take it, as long as it's not a post-op mission. Let's hope. Ah, really? Really? Can you believe this? Can you believe this? No, we are not attempting that at all. Lester. See you guys back here in a minute. Alright, just thought I'd grab a helicopter from the office, the Vladis. Oh, that was a little rough. Oh, maybe not cinematic this time. Boy. That's okay. It's a rental. It's just got to get us from A to B. Or from lab to cell. L to S. Yes. Alright, try this again. So, 2 penalties now, but what can you do? I don't want to lose a truck, right? So, sell stock, 606,000. Well, boat. That's better.
Okay.
Yes, finally.
Boat truck. Products loaded and waiting. They'll pay more for it if you get it to them.
Alright. And then for those of you guys that are new, it's kind of random, so even though I'm being haunted by the post-op missions today, many times I don't see them for a while, so, you know, you don't always have to deal with them. Sometimes I get lucky enough to avoid them for a long time. That's always nice. And sometimes you just keep on getting them. Yeah. Keep my doors open. It's okay. We just need to get to the boats. And this will be the last MC cell. Yeah. So like I said, the other least profiting business is the documents and forgery business, and I don't really run that anymore. But like I said, it is good business to own for the nightclub to source from, and then you'll make money that way. I also like having it. I sold a few cell missions from it, just so I can have the decorations in the biker clubhouse as well. As you do cell missions, various decorations show up in your biker clubhouse. And that's how you get them, is doing the cell missions. Yeah. But other than that, I don't really do the documents and forgery. Just the weed farm and the lab, or the meth lab, and the cocaine lockup, and counterfeit cash. Oh, over here. And the cocaine and the meth lab are the most profiting. Cocaine being the best, meth lab right after. But the others take less time to get ready too. They tend to be faster. Alright, let's take this one. For those of you who are interested, instead of me boring you with a whole bunch of numbers, on our channel, there's a, in the biker playlist, there should be one that's the biker payouts guide. Yeah. So, somewhere in there they've got a video that I go through all the payouts and how it breaks down all the profits and what it costs and supplies, what do you get in profit for each individual business. For those of you that want to know the exact profit amounts that you can get. So away we go in our boat mission. There's our first drop. For those of you who are new, this is the hardest boat mission probably, in my opinion. It's hard because you're going through a river for a lot of it, and it's very easy to get beached. But like I was saying earlier, use your atomizer. I don't think you can use the atomizer while you're driving. No. But use your atomizer if you get beached to blast the boat back onto the shore, or back onto the water, if you need to. Yeah. This particular route is the one I've had to use the atomizer on probably the most. It's partly because of my own fault for not slowing down. But who wants to slow down? Go faster. And yes, it's still laid back. It's fun. It's sometimes hard to hold back to not use the throttle. You know, but that's what can happen. Get it back in there. Oh no. Oh well, it's demonstration time, guys. Out comes the atomizer. Have you bought your handy dandy atomizer? Buy yours today. And save the day. Way to go. That's cheesy, but it's what I could come up with on the top of my head, so. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, guys. And sometimes you just bounce, you know, you bounce in the waves, you bounce off a rock, and even when you're trying to control it, it just bounces out of control every now and again. And here, where there's all these rocks and shoreline, it can be devastating. Unless you have the atomizer. Yeah. Otherwise, you could try to steal a vehicle like one of those back there, or call in a vehicle and smash it back in. And smash it back into the water, but you might run out of time before it self-destructs. Transaction. Please try again. What transaction are they talking about? No idea what that message was about. The internet's been kind of wonky for a lot of people around the world, as you guys probably know. All the lockdowns and COVID stuff and all that stuff, so. It's been like that for a while though now, but it's gotten better and worse, but it could be an internet issue. Not with me necessarily, but just with Rockstar servers or the web of internets, inner tubes between me and them. That could be the cause. Now, it could also be that they've changed. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I'm coming up on the end of the time, so it might be that I'm too late. It's at that time for the server change for the new event week. So usually once a week. That's not a rule. Sometimes they've had it for 2 weeks, but usually it's once a week. They have events like Double Money. Next week might be, who knows, Double Money other things or Double Money Racing, who knows. And different discounts come and go as the weeks go by. Delivery complete. So we need to get ourselves a better vehicle. Let's go to Pyro again, why not? And I know from experience they tend to spawn over here at the end of this part of the beach here, in this little corner. So, inlet. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, so it's at the yeah, maybe I'll keep my atomizer ready. Yeah, it's at the end of the event week, and it's at that time, so it might have just changed on me, and that could have been why it gave me that error. We'll see. But some players wonder what happens if you're playing when the new events change. You know, when it changes over and it's got new specials and all that stuff. And I've always told people it kind of varies. You know, sometimes, as some people know, you can just stay in the session and it'll work. So if I stayed in here for 5 hours, it would give me double money on the biker missions for 5 hours. But sometimes it doesn't work. And sometimes as soon as it changes, you have to start a new session. Or else it seems to fail paying you out for anything. For missions, for anything. Yeah, so watch out for that. I don't think it quite often saves, but I wouldn't trust it. But sometimes in the past you could lose stuff that way. So I'm always a little cautious. But many people find that it doesn't change anything. And they're able to keep playing with last week's specials for a few hours. I think it all depends on the sales and the specials, you know, like if it had double money for the biker missions and stuff, and now it won't. That can affect it. So sometimes that's what makes the difference. What am I getting the helicopter for? Out of practice. There we go. Yeah, it says request, but I've already got a plane out. Weird. Should be giving me the option there to return my vehicle to storage, but it didn't. Oh well, that's okay. Maybe I was too far away already. I don't know. But it should have been there. But I like to clear it out of the way so I can call another aircraft when we get to the other side again. So yeah, boat tips that we've covered before, but I'll mention them again. When you get to those little checkpoints, as you guys can see, the boat automatically powers down. So that's not me doing it, that's the mission. So watch out for that, guys, because you'll lose power for a couple moments. If you're facing the shoreline, you know, you could crash. So you might want to make sure your boat's pointing in a good direction before you hit that checkpoint and lose all your power for a second. Another little point is to lean back, like you're doing a wheelie on a bike. So when you're doing wheelies on the motorcycles and stuff, do the same thing in a boat, and you'll bring that nose up, and you'll go faster. Just slightly faster. Instead of leaning forward, like that, lean back. And you get a little, you get good at controlling it as you get used to it, but it does give you much better speeds. Easy does, easy. And full throttle. There we go. Power our way through the rapids. Yeah. There's that power loss I was talking about. You gotta watch out for. Foggy day. Foggy morning, foggy afternoon. In game. So when you're in boats, it's also a good idea to ride the wave. As the surfers say, ride the wave wherever possible. Now I'd show you guys, but there's not really many waves today, which is kind of nice actually. Makes it much better. And the river doesn't usually have too many waves other than the rapids itself. You know, the rapids are plenty of waves as it is. It doesn't have ocean waves like you're seeing out here. But these waves are small waves. So it's hard to show you guys, but you might have seen it in earlier episodes, but sometimes if you can, line yourself up with the waves, you know, in between them or right along the top of them, the crest of the wave, where the white foam is. And right along there, sometimes when the waves are going the right direction for you, you can just ride it and get a little speed boost as you're moving along. Now sometimes it's bad weather and the waves are against you, and it's going to slow you down, and there's not much you can do about it though. But sometimes you're lucky and you can ride the wave. Ride along the wave. Yeah, sure. Aquila. Well, the pyro was fairly faster though. Thanks for be up here. I should have maybe waited till it spawned. Oh, there it is. Good. Sometimes it'll get you that way. I'll park up here and then it'll spawn on the other side of the beach. I said it's not 100% reliable. Say 90% reliable. Once you get used to it. Where the spawn points are and all that stuff. But yeah, I like having my hangar. I like having the personal aircraft like this Aquila and stuff like that. Stealth aircraft. I couldn't imagine playing it anymore without my personal aircraft because I use them so much. They save a lot of time. When I'm grinding anyway. And they're also good for playing, you know, for supporting other players, for, I guess you could say, PvP. You know, when you're protecting other people or attacking other people or defending other people or all those things. The hangar and the personal aircraft are very, very good. Very, very useful. And the Oppressor Mark II is great too. It seems like there's often a competition between that and other things. But like we said before, the Oppressor Mark II only seats one. So it's only good for you. So sometimes you might be playing with a friend or a newbie or a group of friends, and that's where you need some vehicles with room to carry people or to help people get around faster to help you. Or to help them. Like the Aquila here, that seats 4, just like the Buzzard. Yep, it's always good if everybody's got an oppressor, but that's not always the case. And sometimes it's nice to have room for passengers. Last boat. Enter a boat. Oh, sorry, hit my microphone there. Away. This dock right here on the lake is a marquee spawn point. I wonder if we're going to get one to spawn right now. Big sailboat. Nope. Usually... Oh, no, it's this dock. Yeah, sorry, guys. So you remember now, hopefully, because I made the mistake. This second dock over here in the middle of the lake is a big sailboat spawn point. Now, it's one of the slowest vehicles in the game. Not many people want one. There it is. But if you ever want one, there it is. And it pretty reliably spawns there all the time. So if you ever feel like going out on a sailboat, there's where you can find it. Oh, it disappeared already. But almost every time I ever pass by there, it spawns. You can buy that boat. I think it's like $1 million or something like that. But in many ways, there's that dock, and you could just get it whenever you want it just by going there, and there it is. And it'll spawn for you. And you don't necessarily have to buy it if you don't want to. For those of you who would want something like that. It's one of those specialized vehicles. Slowest vehicle and useless, but lots of people love useless stuff. I love useless vehicles, you know. It's all about living the dream, right? Spending the money. Not everything's got to have a purpose. Its purpose is to exist. To be a yacht, to be a supercar, to be a motorcycle. That's its purpose. A cruising car, all these things. Sometimes you gotta have stuff to have fun with. Whoa. Or just to represent yourself, you know, represent your attitude, your mood. It's always nice when somebody calls out like a car meeting of some sort and you've got the vehicle to bring to it, you know, just the one you want. Or sometimes people will call different shows, bike shows and car shows and lowrider shows and Fagio shows. And it's always nice when you've got that in your garage and away you go. And, yeah. That's what you make the money for. Ooh, riding into the sunset. It's times like this that I like the boat rides. It was nice. Woohoo. Alright. Almost done the bikers. Yay. Where will we go next? Oh, I forgot to put my vehicle away. So I'll just use my biker presser, call that in. Stumbled on my buttons there for a moment. And we made our 641,000 finally. Yay. So finally got the meth done. And avoided those evil post-op missions. There we go. Although I don't really have to worry about being raided anymore. Crash. From the MC anyway. Everybody, don't mind me, don't mind me. Was it race time? Oh, false start, false start. He started early. Disqualified. What kind of race is that? Alright, let's head away. Up, up, and away. Have a little coffee. Ah, much better. Oh. Watch out for the tower. Nope. Not going to go to the hangar right now, I don't think. Alright. So, that's done and out of the way with. And we did get paid, I do believe. So, that's good. Double check, but I'm pretty sure I got paid and everything. So no glitches with the changing times. Yeah. So guys, I was going to move on. I've got some more stuff for us to go through. For those of you who enjoy this, I think a lot of you guys do, are laid back grinding. Yeah. So I've got Nightclub to do, and I've got 2 crate missions, and maybe we should do a CO car and things like that. Why not? Yeah. So now we've got a lot of CEO business as opposed to the motorcycle club business left to go. Now, that being said, if they did start the new event week, I don't know. Maybe I should restart again after all. Because there could be something new that I could talk to you guys about if there is. That would be good for this week. You know, something different. Double money on something we're about to do, like the Nightclub perhaps, or VIP missions, or the bunker cells. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. So I think I might quickly restart it just to see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, you're the lucky person. Sorry, ma'am. Your car is being exported. Hey, don't talk to me like that. I'm just a car thief, but I still have feelings. Alright, gonna sell this. So you can still sell cars. You get used to it as you do it, for those who are not familiar. But when you look on the listing prices, when you look up cars to buy, any cars that are under 100,000, you can find on the street, steal and sell. So we just stole this, and now I'm selling it for 9,000. That's one of the better vehicles, the Avenger Ballers. And one of the other ones is the Sentinel. That's very good. The Sentinel sells for 9,500. Now, a lot of people forget about this or don't worry about it or think it's a waste of time. And I've often told people it's a good little pastime, you know, to remember to sell cars. Every now and again, you can only sell once per hour or once per in-game day, which is actually every 50 minutes. An in-game day is 50 minutes. So I think it's once every in-game day you can sell one of these ballers or something like that. And it's not a lot, but I like to think it adds up over time. In my stats, it shows that I've made $20 million or something like that off of cars like that over time. I've played for a few years, though, now. A couple of years. A few years. Yeah. So, but it adds up over time. And, to me, it offsets the bills and things like that. Just a little extra. Sometimes you might be just waiting for a friend or hanging out, or you might be just flying right by or driving right by. And a lot of times it's easier than people think. I'm only mentioning it like that because I tell a lot of people, don't go out of your way to make a living out of this because it's not a lot of money for it. But you'd be surprised how often you're driving by a Los Santos Customs and you could just grab a car and make a quick, easy few thousand. You know, 9,000 just like that. Done. And when it's only taking you a couple seconds, it's good money. I wouldn't suggest doing it if it takes you longer. Alright guys, well I'll see you back here in a minute. I'm going to reload and see if we have anything good specials for us to continue with. Otherwise we'll just continue with the normal stuff. See you guys back here in a minute.